Alright, this is going to be one of those rare occasions where I'm not necessarily showing you a game, or games I should say, that I think you'll like, or that I particularly enjoy playing, but I think it's important for any parents out there. It does have its benefits. Essentially, how I learned about this was through my daughter. I had no idea this even existed. What it is essentially is a software engine slash level design program that anybody can pick up and use and create something. It's pretty diverse, as I'll show you in a second, and I'm not necessarily knocking the engine itself. There's some people who have done some pretty cool things with it, though I will tell you there's a lot of garbage here. So let me just kind of go ahead and get started with the first example of what a lot of these games are. So, my daughter, of course, and it's got a lot of commercials and stuff. So,
At the Johns
okay,
Hopkins Carey Business School, we teach business with humanity in mind. The entire curriculum here.
Okay. So, first, yeah, I don't know why that does that. First, the good news. The good news is it is fairly kid friendly. So it's a multiplayer. It's basically a semi-massively multiplayer online game. Well, apparently we've played this one already too. Oh, I've already done this with my daughter, I guess. So, it starts off. The first one she introduced me to, and what a lot of the levels are these like obstacle courses. I freaking hate these things. My daughter, for some reason, absolutely loves them. I mean, it's. And the thing is, she gets so mad too because she has so much trouble with it, and she gets so upset. But she loves them, so if she likes playing with it, I can play with her. She's not playing with me right now, but also she can play on an iPad. So here's another little nice thing about this little Roblox thing: it's cross-platform. So while she's playing on her iPad, I can play on the computer, and this is pretty much, as you can see. I'm pretty decent at video games. And this is just... And it's non-stop. If you, look at this level... Hold on. If you just look at this level, it's just nothing but... Alright, a part of me really wants to see if I can get through this, actually. But I'm not going to stay on this for too much longer. So... And there's just tons of these little platform levels. And to me, it's just... And it's horrible platforming. It's just horrible platforming. So this is the bad news. So the good and the bad and the ugly is kind of right here. And I'm about done with that. Horrible platforming. So that's one example of the kind of games that you can play. That's an example of a bad game that's simple, that catches kids for some reason. Here's something entirely different. It's like a silly little game. It's made with the exact same engine by somebody else. And it's really creative. I actually have played it for a bit because I love business, and not that this is actual business, but what a great way to teach a kid business in a fun way. So, oh, and look, I joined the game today, and I got money. It's my paycheck. Alright, so you come up and you can play the cashier. Okay. Welcome, may I take your order? You have to select the right thing. Do you sell hamburgers or just I'll have a cheese pizza? So you gotta select the cheese pizza. Now, here's the cool thing. You select the cheese pizza, and what do you know? It pops up back here on the order screen. So, you've gotta make the cheese pizza. Pick up the dough, come over here, put it down, and a cheese pizza is tomato sauce and cheese. Obviously, if it's pepperoni or sausage, you add the pepperoni or sausage. You put it on here, yoink, and it goes cooking. Now, keep in mind, so if you look over here, all these people, this is designed to be played by multiple people at once. So, i.e., now, grant you, would I find this fun? Not particularly. Why do a job in a game when you don't even like doing it in real life? But for whatever reason, especially maybe for younger kids who've never worked before, they like it. My daughter's kind of about this one. From my perspective, I just appreciate the creativity of whoever made it, and respect the fact that. Okay, so then you gotta box the pizza, and then you gotta come over here, and then somebody else delivers the pizza. And each one of these jobs, as you see over here, each one of these is a different job. And deliver the pizza. You hop in the car, and we go and we deliver the pizza. And every player on the server has a house. And the money you make playing, basically working in the pizza place, you can use to upgrade your little house. In fact, I'll try and find mine if I can. Not that I've got much on it. Alright, so you take it to the pizza place. And voila! We made 10 bucks. Now here's the interesting thing about this. Everybody on the server made 10 bucks. So everybody made 10 bucks. Including the people who spent the time in their house, which is a little bit of a bummer, but whatever. So that's the end state. Now, in case you didn't notice, when we first started, there were numbers on the wall during the cooking thing, which were the supplies. And what I like about this, it's a really simple way to teach kids like supply chain management. And voila, you go to the supply shop. And of course, this is very simplified. You want a box of boxes, for example, because we're out. And you go click the box button. Roink. And now I'm the supplier. Now, there's no manufacturing of the boxes, so this is sort of as complicated as it gets. Put some boxes on the supply truck. Alright, maybe it'll be anything else. I'm not exactly here to play the game, just kind of showing it. Just kind of an example of what it can do, because I don't want to completely dog this game. I'm not a Roblox fan. If it weren't for my daughter, I never would play this freaking thing. But I don't want to just knock it either. Because for little kids, especially for parents who are looking for a game to play with their kids, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And it does have a few fun games, which I'm going to show you. You know, fun games for grown-ups, which I'll show you in a second. But you got to be really careful. I would say 90% of the games on this thing are just complete trash. Another thing to be aware of is a lot of these games are pay to win. So how Roblox makes its money? Oh, real quick. So I'm not even. Well, I guess I might as well. I've gone this far. I might as well. So you take this and you put it in there. Let do it. Let go. So I'm not going to empty the truck, but so for example, if you look over here, boxes are at 0. So we take this little square, which is boxes, put it on the conveyor belt if it's going to let me. There we go. And then whoop, turns into boxes. And now we have 4 boxes, 3 boxes. If you look, those numbers there are going to be the same as the ones back in the supply chain, and then that's just the pizza delivery station number of boxes. Now we have 1. Well, we have all these and this one and 1. So all this plus 1. We can be employee of the day if we really want to work hard. This is the manager's office. I don't know how you become. Oh, you can remove a manager by clicking that button. I don't know what the heck's in here or why you go in there. I know the manager can stand there and do Lord knows what. But I don't know. So that's that. That's the entire game, pretty much. Nothing interesting to see in my house, so I'm not going to bother taking over there. I mean, I haven't played this a lot. I just thought it was kind of cool. Wanted to show it off. So, let's go ahead and leave out of this one. So as I was saying, a lot of stuff is paid to win. You spend real world money to get what are called Robux or something. And when these people make these games, they set it up in such a way that if you spend Robux, you can get advantages. Sometimes it's just to help, but most of the time it's pay to win. Well, this is kind of a cool one. I'll show you this one. This is called Murder Mystery. I'll admit I kind of enjoyed this one. Hopefully it won't take too long. It's got a waiting lobby sometimes, which can get kind of annoying. Alright. And so I had to have a conversation with my daughter that we're not spending real world money on this. And that kind of stuff. She understands. Oh, what the heck is... Alright, I don't know what's going on with that. That did not happen before. So, maybe we'll try and come back later, I don't know, or maybe not. I will show you one fun game. Probably the most enjoyable game I found on this thing, personally, is... Find it. Is it not here anymore? Oh, that would be frustrating. Well, there's a ton of games though, so that's the problem. It's hard to find games you like. or if you find one, well, it should be under my favorites, maybe. It's gonna be annoying. So some of these, I'm not just because I played it doesn't mean they're good. It's just my daughter wanted to play it, so okay, we'll try it out. Whatever she wants to do. Recently played. Okay, let's see. See all. It's gotta be right here. Some. There you go. Galleons. It's called Galleons. This one is probably out of all the games on the server, this is the only one that I really think is pretty darn cool. So you got to be careful though, because it's not that I'm all for my daughter playing these massively online games or anything. I'm really not. But uh, the reality is, she found this from one of her friends. Her friends play it, and all she's got to do is tap on her iPad, and they can get here all by themselves, which is why I said that it's really important for parents to watch this, because it is very easy for them to get access to this game just with an iPad, whatever. It's just about tapping a few keys, pretty much. Oh, alright, so how this works is, so we're on a pirate ship, right? Then, point, you shoot. Here's the cool thing, as you shoot the other ship, are we sinking? We may be sinking. As you shoot the other ship, somehow, I mean, it's not the best big game in the world either, so, okay, but, so, see, the blocks fall off, which is pretty darn cool. So you can shoot the ships, they can obviously shoot you. This one does have upgrades you can buy, but they're actually bought with points you earn in-game, and every time you start over, you gotta start with 0 points, but you don't have to use real money for it, which is another reason I like it. So you can kind of get upgrades and stuff. It's not pay to win. It's just, if you play for a while, you'll get the upgrades. And you can board the ship. So pull out your sword. Are ye mateys? And I will say too, that people on an iPad though are at a disadvantage. Like this thing's a point and click thing, and anybody on the iPad. Now I died. Okay. So I just want to show you that one real quick. And I've played through this. This one's fun. I mean, you keep going, and one of the ships sinks, and you just kind of keep playing and earning points and getting different pirate outfits and stuff. It's pretty cool. All right. Let me see if I find one or two more. I mean, at this point, I've kind of showed you everything. I'm trying to think of anything else. Kind of to continue what I was saying though. But they're going to be able to get this game, whether you want them to or not. So you need to. This is almost a kind of a warning episode. It's not that the game itself is inherently bad. Well, it is bad in the sense that I think the gameplay is bad. But they can go on here and people can send friend requests and they can meet people and they can make friends without. And I had no idea my daughter was playing this game. I had no clue until she found something exciting she wanted me to play with her, and it was like, whoa! I didn't even know you could play this kind of game on the iPad. So this is why I'm bringing it to everybody's attention. But it's also a game that I can play with my daughter. So I would never volunteer to play it. I would never bring it up as something to do. But seeing as she wants to play it anyways, why not? And this will be the last one I show you. Okay, good. It looks like it's... So it's this little waiting area, so I'll chat for a second. You may want to just go ahead and skip ahead, entirely up to you. And as you can see, some people can get pretty creative. I mean, these are just regular old users. Like, there's a free program, like, I can go and design a game and put it on Roblox. And I don't think there's a lot of quality control to it. So, now, am I going to do that? No, not on my to-do list. But I could. And there are some pretty creative people out there who have made some pretty creative games, this being one of them. So, let's see if... So we're going to start off, and we are going to be innocent. Okay, so as an innocent, the whole goal is to survive. The murderer is going to be looking for us, and we just want to try to not get murdered. Uh-oh. I don't like people knowing where I'm at, and and he's got all sorts of different levels. Whoever made this has got some different levels, and they're pretty creative, actually. I need to get coins. I don't know. Okay. So I don't want to just hide out here. First I was like, well, the smart thing to do usually is just like hide out, because did we Did we lose already? Oh, somebody already killed the murderer. So the sheriff can kill the murderer. So there's a... that's annoying. So there's... we'll do one more and then... there's the sheriff, whose only job is to shoot the murderer with a gun, but the sheriff doesn't know who the murderer is. That's the key thing. No one knows who the murderer is when the game starts. Everybody looks just like a generic character. And you can run around, and if the sheriff shoots the wrong person, the innocents lose. So... I will say that most of the people who play this... Well, I do play on the kind of hardcore server. Not because I'm hardcore, but because the people who play on this do take it pretty serious. I haven't noticed a lot of... Alright, so hiding in a box, that would be the ideal thing to do, probably, as I said. Because the murderer, if you're walking around, one, you can hear. Sound is a really key thing here, because you can hear people walking. You can kind of tell where they're walking. As you can see, the levels can all be very different. I don't even know what this place is supposed to be, but he's got a lot of unique, neat little levels. As I said, it's not, oh, when you hear that swing, that was somebody swinging a knife. The murderer's running around swinging a knife. So we'll just keep walking around, trying to avoid the murderer. The longer you live, the more experience you get. So as I was saying, though, the murderer can, as you walk, not only can he hear you walking, but he can see your footsteps. Oh, see, I would probably just hide here, because why not? But I don't know. That would make for a pretty boring Let's Play video. Hey, let's see if we can find the murderer. Let's try and get murdered. Here, murderer, murderer, murderer. Hi, what you doing? Hey, I'm not trying to kill you. Dun dun dun. Rah! Oh, I figured she'd be a little bit more scared than that. I don't know what the heck that is on her face, but okay. Oh, and then you can customize your character too, like both in, I don't know about this, but and certain, first you can customize just your normal character to look a little bit different, and then on top of that, each individual game has ways you can customize just for that game. Oh, if you are still here, stick around for the next one. I do want to show you another cool one that is just kind of fun. What the heck? My daughter really loves it. It's fun to play. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the best game ever, but I mean, it's enjoyable, the one I'm going to show you. Yes. There's people, I mean, pretty creative. I don't know how old the kid is. And that's one of the things, and this is one of those weird things. This is where I get conflicted on this game, because one of the things I want to do with Max Corner is find people who, everybody has their own little type of creativity. No two people are alike, at least for the most part. And there's just so many different, so many different kinds of people, so much stuff out there, and it does come through in this game, or in the Roblox. It's just amazing the different stuff people can come up with that one, I can never build this, but two, I never would have thought of it. The pirate ship, I just never would have even thought to do that. I mean, it's such a great concept. I just never would have thought of it, and I sure as heck don't know how to program it. So that's why I don't like to knock this Roblox thing too hard, because in some ways it is pretty cool. But in other ways, it's complete and utter garbage. The key thing is, it is very shrewd. It is, it's capitalism at its finest. Okay, dude. All right, we won because we didn't die. Okay, cool. All right. So you've seen that game. It's fun to be the thing with that game is honestly, it's kind of cool, but it's really only fun if you're the murderer. If you're not the murderer, it's just kind of like, all right, whatever. Let's see. Where is the last one? Yes, survival, natural disaster. This one's just kind of weird, but it's fun. So, that's exactly what it says it is, survival. As you can see... Wait, is this the right one? Oh, this isn't the one we played. I don't think. Is it? Oh, that's not the one I've been playing, I don't think. But, I mean, this one could be great. I mean, it could be awesome, but it's just not the one I've been playing with my daughter. So, at least I don't think it is. put it that way. Recently played, survived the disasters. Yeah, this is probably it. Probably another. Okay, good. All right. So, oh man, I forgot about the music. Forgive the music. I'm not gonna be here long. It's like the house has been destroyed. Oh god, forgot about the music. Alright, well we just died to whatever that was. Music's driving me crazy. Okay, never mind, that's enough. So it is kind of cool though. I forgot how much the music can get annoying. Basically, different events happen and they're like funny. Like some are simple, like there's like tornadoes and stuff, but some are like falling hot dogs. But just a ton, just all sorts of. I mean, alien invasions. I can't explain it, but basically the whole object is to survive, and different disasters have different things you need to do to survive. And there are buildings and houses there, and about every 4 or 5 disasters, it resets to an entirely different area. Like there's a Sonic the Hedgehog level, and all that kind of stuff. And that's about it. Once again, this Let's Play video was not to show you something that is awesome. It's more especially for parents. One, if you don't know about it, I mean, it is kind of cool to check out. You might find something you like. If you're a parent, you definitely need to know about this game because the target market and the kids playing it are between the ages of 5 and 8 or 9 is the primary market. So if you've got a young kid, there's a good chance they know about the game and maybe playing it, and you probably want to at least make sure you're supervising them. Because once again, I'm an avid gamer, and I had no idea my daughter was playing this game until she showed me. So, without further ado, hope if you didn't enjoy, you at least learned something, and Mac out.